What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Brain Gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Today we're going to be taking a look at Watch Dogs Legion, and this is not actually a patched PlayStation 5 Pro game, but it does have a dynamic resolution, which means just with the natural power of PS5 Pro, it should actually push the game to the max resolution or close to that. So you could see a slight improvement on this game. So I thought we'd take a look at it and see if we can actually notice any difference at all. But first, we look at the information. It is actually now 57.47 gigabytes. You can see the version of the game we're actually running this on as well. And we're just in a random spot so we can just drive around London, basically. Currently, we are also in the performance mode. I'm pretty sure there's still a performance and a quality mode, but let's have a look. I'll tell you what, we'll start off with the mode we are in now, and then we'll go back to the... we're in balanced mode. So there's best quality, which is 30 FPS, high quality with ray tracing. There's balanced 60 FPS, medium quality with no ray tracing. So we'll start off with balance so you get that 60 frames, and then we will go over to the other mode in a second. Okay, let's just jump in this car so we can actually drive around. So, let me actually do something quickly. I need to turn my music off in the game because I do not want to be copyright striked, ideally, on my channel after this many years of making videos. So, yeah, we're at a locked 60. I've got my frame rate counter on my monitor so I can see, but we're at an absolute locked 60. There's nothing changing here at all. And I've got to say, it does look very, very good. I don't know if there's a massive difference from what it was before. So just to say that the resolution was about 1440p up to 4K. It was a dynamic resolution that would fluctuate depending on, obviously, whether the game becomes more intense and you've got, you're dropping frames or whatever, it will lower that resolution closer to 1440p. But now we should be keeping resolution in most scenarios here much closer to that top 4K mark, which should make the game look a little bit better, at least a little bit sharper on a 4K panel. And I've got to say, from seeing it on the base PS5 and then playing it on Pro, it's not the biggest difference, but it does feel slightly sharper. But again, it would be nice to have a proper Pro patch with like ray tracing added into the 60 frame mode, because that's definitely something that this system could now handle with PSSR. It's done it in many other games, and we could definitely see improvements to this title also. So hopefully that's something that maybe will get done. I don't know if the Watch Dogs franchise is something that's actually continuing much further, or if they've stopped making these games, but we should be due something else in this franchise at some point soon, because it's been a long time since this game, and I'm pretty sure this launched around 2020. So we'll get out the car here. We've done a bit of driving around, so you can see that there's no frame drops. Everything's very smooth, and I can't remember how to run in this game. Is it circle? Is there no run button in this game? People told me off for saying about the no crouch button in RoboCop, because I was trying to figure out how to crouch in RoboCop, but apparently you can't. And people got very upset because apparently they mentioned it in the old film or something, which, my bad for not realizing, I haven't watched that. Right, let's get into some action here. So, yeah, no frame drops, everything looks good. God, this is the very high sensitivity. Yeah, that's weird. If you really can't run in this game, that's not very normal. Okay, so hopefully we get sort of like a chase sequence going. Yeah, there's a police person there. So we'll see if we can drop the frames at all, and then we will change over to a different mode and see if we can drop frames in other modes. But this all looks very, very good. And I must say, it's nice to have a game that's actually set in this country, because most games just don't ever get set in the UK. And it's nice that you can actually see parts of London that are very realistic still to what they would look like now. So that's pretty cool. I think we might die here by this police officer. I don't know why these guys are being so aggressive, but I mean, I just ran over somebody and stuff, so that's probably why. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I think there's... yeah, they do much better, to be honest, apart from having an actual patch. Like, it doesn't feel like it's dropping any resolution at all. Frames are good, no problems at all. I think we'll switch over to the quality mode now and just see the difference, because it's definitely something that I would imagine could be possible, doing something similar to the quality just at 60 frames with PSSR. So let's have a look. To be honest, it's really not a huge difference. You're just massively losing frames, and I wouldn't want to play a game like this that does have quite a lot of combat in it, like we're seeing on screen right now. Well, that worked out well. I wouldn't want to play a game, I wouldn't want to play any game at 30 frames per second, to be honest, but it absolutely could have this mode now running with PSSR upscaled and looking very, very good. Yeah, so I actually played this game all the way back when the PlayStation 5 first launched, and I think they hadn't actually patched the game, or at least it wasn't running very well on PS5 at launch. It didn't look good. So yeah, and I think they fixed it up over the last few years to actually look a lot better. So I don't know if they'll do a pro patch. This game is pretty old. It's been out for a significant amount of time. I don't know if there's that much of like a player base still that like is interested in playing this game, a single player game. I think it does have a multiplayer aspect. I don't know, but I'm sure people will tell me in the comments that I'm wrong or right about that. But yeah, let's go back to the 60 frame mode, because I've got to say there's really not a lot of difference between these two modes in terms of quality. There's some obviously ray tracing that's been added, but I would still want to play this at 60 frames with the nice 4K resolution that you still get just without ray tracing. But that's not the end of the world. Like I've always said, ray tracing should be the least priority for consoles, because it's not something that makes that big of a difference. It's not a night and day difference with ray tracing. So yeah, I'd rather just play at the 60 frames per second mode. But this game was actually pretty fun. As I said before, it was nice to have a game set in the UK, in somewhere that I've actually been in my life, as we don't get much of that in this country. We don't really get many games set in the UK apart from GTA London that was on like PS1. It'd be very nice to have a new GTA game set in London. I think that would be so good to have. But I don't see it happening, because it's just not an interesting enough place compared to like a lot of other parts of the world that they want to set these games in. So it's just probably not going to happen. But we've got this, and this is at least something that's close. It's futuristic, and yeah, I think it's a decent game. I had good fun with it. It wasn't the best game in the world, but it was at least something to play at the launch of PlayStation 5, along with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think those were the two like big titles. I'm not sure if Watch Dogs Legion was day one, but Valhalla was definitely the other one, which we have tested on the channel also. So do check that out, because that's also a dynamic resolution and has minor improvements on the Pro, and does just look slightly sharper on that system. So but let me know if you guys have any other games you want me to test. I have got a list that I've got that I do add people's like recommendations to test on there. Sometimes people suggest games that are just like they're not patched for Pro, which is fine, but there's also no dynamic res or unlocked FPS. So there's a certain point where it's like there's no point testing games that don't have that. PS4 titles that are like not PS4 Pro enhanced will look better. We can actually test that. We did Uncharted recently, so that was a good one to test. So let me know if you want me to do any, and you find any that you're interested in trying out or wanting me to try out, and we can sort that out. So let me know. But I think we'll finish this one off here today. Yeah, please like this video if you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. I appreciate everybody who's helped we grow the channel recently. It's been doing very, very well. So thank you to everyone who's watching and supporting it. And I will see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now.